He just got a map on his wall, it's all pinned up. Strings connect the dots where the truth erupts. He says it's 30 seconds, that's all he needs to blow your mind with his wildest leads. Give me 30 seconds, I'll change your view. The world's a stage and the script's on cue. What you thought was crazy is breaking news. Conspiracies are true, TJ's got the proof. He talks about the moon and the stars align. Says the pyramids were built by a mastermind. Every whisper in the dark, every shadow's trace leads back to the secrets of the human race. Give me 30 seconds, I'll change your view. The world's a stage and the script's on cue. What you thought was crazy is breaking news. Conspiracies are true, CJ's got the proof. He says don't laugh now, but just you wait. The truth's unraveling, it's not too late. With a wink and a grin, he's connecting the dots. TJ's got the world caught up in his plots. Give me 30 seconds, I'll change your view. The world's a stage and the script's on cue. What you thought was crazy is breaking news. Conspiracies are true, TJ's got the proof. TJ's got the proof. He talks about the moon and the stars align. He says the pyramids were built by a mastermind. Every whisper in the dark, every shadow's trace leads back to the secrets of the human race. He talks about the moon and the stars align. Says the pyramids were built by a mastermind. Every whisper in the dark, every shadow's trace leads back to the secrets of the human race. He says don't laugh now, but just you wait. The truth's unraveling, it's not too late. With a wink and a grin, he's connecting the dots. TJ's got the world caught up in his plots. TJ's got the world caught up in his plots. His plot, his plot. Ooh. Give me 30 seconds, I'll change your view. The world's a stage and the script's on cue. What you thought was crazy is breaking news. Conspiracies are true, TJ's got the proof.
Yo, what's up? How's it going, everybody? We are going to be talking about World War III and how Trump wants to go with Iran, a war with Iran. So, yay. That's all the news today. There's nothing else that ever happens. The only news is Trump wants to go with Iran. Of course, that's not true, but that's all anyone wants to talk about. And with me to talk about those things and more is Nora and TJ. TJ, who the song was made after. I hope you guys enjoyed that song. Killing It said he liked the song.
I appreciate that.
Starting TJ Tuesday with a banger. Hell yeah. Maybe we'll start every TJ Tuesday with that banger.
I could get into it.
There you go.
Yeah. But hello guys, what's up? Hi Nora. Is this your second or third time on the show now?
I think it's like my third time on this show, and then you've had me on your special deep dives.
Yeah, the deep dives, right? That's right. Well, we're gonna be getting into a bunch of stuff today. I don't even know where to begin. Should we just jump straight into the Iran Israel stuff? That's what everyone wants to talk about. Or should we talk about some of the other stories I have first?
I mean, we are on the verge of,
World War
III, nuclear holocaust, and all of that. So I feel like it would probably be a good idea to talk about it.
Yeah, I mean that is what the video is titled after, right? So that's what everyone's coming in for right now. So I guess we'll get that out of the way, and then we'll talk about a couple of the other stories that I have. So yeah, we're going to war with Iran, and if you had looked at some of the statements Trump was making leading up to this, it's inevitable. And as I was telling Nora before we started the stream, if you just look at what Trump is saying on his Truth Social, what he's saying out in the public, he is trying to convince his base that war is the best option.
I don't think he's doing a very good job of it.
I agree, but that doesn't change the fact that that does appear to be what he's trying to accomplish.
Absolutely.
I'll pull up some tweets here. You sent me some tweets as well, but I have them direct from the source. TJ, you see, I am one of the few individuals with a Truth Social account.
That's impressive.
That's impressive. It is quite
Very
impressive.
good.
So let me change this around. See, that looks. I don't know why it changes every once in a while. My window for Brave, because you guys are down there. You guys are all sized normal, and this is supposed to come down here, and it's supposed to be like right there. Cut off the tops of your cameras a little bit. Wait. There. It's supposed to be like that, and then the chat's all in the way too. What the heck? I'm sorry, guys. Got to get the chat out of here. Go put it over here in the corner. There we go. If you guys are on desktop or on mobile, you should be able to read the chat still. So there we go. Oh, wait.
You got Windowception going on.
Right. Nora's the first person I've had with mobile on here. Oh wait, do you guys see my OBS? You guys aren't supposed to see my OBS.
Yes.
What the heck? See now it's all messed up.
Get it together,
We were
bro.
watching you.
Wait, now the window's huge. What happened?
There you go.
What happened? OBS is breaking on me, guys.
Great. Now OBS is giving you the business.
Yeah, I know. Now we're gonna have to deal with OBS business.
Do you have an update?
Do I? I don't have an update. No. My brain needs an update. Especially after all the shit that we got going on, and then what's going on with my background right here? My background's not even. Man, look. I'm talking about Joey not getting ready for his show. I am not even ready. Look at that. That looks beautiful. Quick. Anyway, what I wanted to pull up is we're gonna talk about the Iran-Israel stuff. So Iran, TJ sent me some stuff earlier. I pulled up an article. This is from the Hindustan Times. Iran is claiming that the strikes they launched recently hit the Israeli spy agency Mossad in Tel Aviv. As the conflict between Iran and Israel escalates, the Iranian Revolutionary Guard Corps on Tuesday stated that it struck Israeli spy agency Mossad's center. In a report by state news agency Tasnim, the IRGC announced it launched a successful missile attack on a major center of the Zionist regime's Mossad spy agency in Tel Aviv. As per IRGC, the missile attack was carried out by the Aerospace Force units, adding that the target's Mossad Center and Israel Military Intelligence Directorate, AMAN, which are frequently used for planning assassinations and evil acts, were hit by the IRGC. Well, there you go.
Were there casualties that occurred?
I don't know. It's the same thing with Israel and Russia, man. Like, we don't really know the casualties. That each side's gonna claim their own thing.
Sure.
So, like, I don't even want to say, honestly.
I feel like it's a predictable escalation.
Yeah, it's
There-
predictable.
It's a possibility and a very good probability that there were casualties. It's just a matter of how many.
Yeah.
I mean, unless they that the strike is activated beforehand, but
Highly unlikely.
I mean, we were watching last night on Joey's stream the missiles. You can they could be seen from a flight. Someone was flying over Dubai, and you can see the missiles flying over Iraq and the other countries, and it's like, holy crap! I was watching there was a meme, and it was like the one actor that plays the Green Goblin from the Spider-Man.
Yeah.
yeah.
But he's looking up. It's the meme where he's looking up and he looks terrified, and it's the missiles
Yeah.
flying over the country. I was like, oh, that's terrible.
Dude, I've seen some crazy images of just a shit ton of rockets descending, like at nighttime. Just the whole sky is lit up with these glows.
Yep. And okay, so we'll go through some of Trump's truths, I guess. So this was actually tweeted out prior to the attacks by Israel over the weekend. So let me just read this. I gave Iran chance after chance to make a deal. I told them in the strongest of words to just do it. But no matter how hard they tried, no matter how close they got, they just couldn't get it done. I told them that it would be much worse than anything they know, anticipated, or were told. that the United States makes the best and most lethal military equipment anywhere in the world by far, and that Israel has a lot of it, which with much more to come, and they will know how to use it. Certain Iranian hardliners spoke bravely, but they didn't know what was about to happen. They are all dead now, and it will only get worse. There has already been great death and destruction, but there is still time to make this slaughter, with the next already planned attacks being even more brutal to come to an end. Iran must make a deal before there is nothing left and save what was once known as the Iranian Empire. No more death, no more destruction. Just do it before it is too late. God bless you all. So this was before the Israeli strikes.
I thought that was after the first strike took place, I believe.
You sure?
I'm fairly certain that's his response. Like, because he's saying that there's already, like, he says the next strike that's already been planned.
So this was right after the other. This was right after the first strike.
Exactly.
Okay, well that makes it even worse.
And well, the thing that upsets me about it is that after the first strike, maybe Iran struck back. Then we get word that Iran is open to signing the peace agreement, and then now it's Israel that is unwilling to sign the peace agreement, and we're just continuing escalation. Like, my logic for the past couple of days has been, look, the mission was a success. You know, they didn't negotiate for the 60 days, so Israel struck, Iran struck back. Now they're willing to sign the deal, so sign the deal, because obviously in this truth right here, it seems like that's the goal. Like, you guys got punched in the mouth. Now come to the table and sign the deal.
Israel got struck on June 12th, and then Israel struck Iran on June 13th.
So Iran hit first?
Israel, the Israel strike, which began on June 12th, started with Israel targeting Iran's nuclear program.
Okay.
And that's when the military leader died.
Yes. And so that was on June 12th. And then Iran struck back on June 13th. That's when Trump came out with that Truth Social, was June 13th. And then in the middle of the night between the 15th and the 16th, that's when our refueling ship left in the middle of the night.
Yeah, I have that story up right here. So, this is the aircraft carrier.
Yeah.
So this is Sunday, June 15th. U.S. aircraft carrier, the USS Nimitz, left the South China Sea on Monday morning, heading west, according to data from the ship tracking website Marine Traffic. After reception for its planned port call in central Vietnam was canceled, carrier had planned to visit Da Nang City later this week, but two sources, including one diplomat, said a formal reception slated for June 20th had been called off. One of the sources said the U.S. Embassy in Hanoi had informed him about the cancellation due to the emergent operational requirement. The embassy didn't immediately respond to a Reuters request for comment. The Nimitz Carrier Strike Group conducted maritime security operations in the South China Sea last week as part of the U.S. Navy's routine presence in the Indo-Pacific. Data from Marine Traffic showed the carrier on Monday morning was moving west in the direction of the Middle East, where the battle between Israel and Iran is escalating. So I know we've talked about this possibly being set up for a false flag, but I think it's a lot simpler than that. I mean, you just look at what's going on with Ukraine and Russia. We're using old equipment. We're sending old equipment. Iran isn't necessarily the big fish. You know, we're not whipping out the big guns just yet. We're not even in a hot conflict with them just yet. I know Israel, our ally, technically our ally, is in combat with them, but we are not. So it could just be we're sending old equipment over, and if they do happen to strike us, whatever, it was old equipment.
And that was kind of the stance that I was taking as well, but I think that it's more so a show of force. Like, I hope that there's no intent to actually use this. It's just you're sailing it there just so that the threat of an attack is there, which would convince Iran, okay, I guess I need to sign the deal then, because look, they are serious about this.
Yeah.
Which gets me back to why the fuck aren't we signing the deal yet?
Mm-hmm. Because they're wanting this, because war stems money.
I wonder how much of all of this is just feeding the military industrial complex, how much of this is, you know, with the intent of protecting America because of Iran having a nuclear weapon. How much of this is like the need for regime change so that we shake up the chess pieces on the global chessboard? Like, I'm sure it's multifaceted, but I don't know.
got a question.
It needs to be done.
What's the question, Nora?
Well, see, my questions are, how much do we even know that they were even close to having any kind of nuclear weapons? Because
They've been saying it for 20 years.
Well, see, here's the thing. Growing up, I was always told, oh, they have weapons of mass destruction. There's weapons of mass destruction. Oh my God, we got to go in. There's weapons of mass destruction. There were no weapons of mass destruction. None. They have been bitching and complaining about this forever. And this is the same exact shit that I heard growing up. This is the same exact shit that my friends had to go over and serve and defend and put their lives on the line. I know people who lost their lives over in a pointless war. And I don't want to get involved in another one.
I mean,
Our American lives are more important than that BS over there.
Yep.
Yeah, it's interesting to see the same exact tactic be used to justify another regime change war in the Middle East.
Well, killing it. We know it was Afghanistan, not Iran, but that's the point, right? It would be even worse going against Iran because Afghanistan wasn't as organized.
It was first Iraq, and then it was Afghanistan. Oh,
right.
Wait, no. Wait, no,
even before that,
we've got to go over here. Oh, wait, no, we got to do this one. And killing it. I'm sorry, but the problem is we've tried this in the 1980s, and it didn't work. The Nimitz was on the original one in the 1980s, and it failed, and they came home licking their wounds. And guess what? They're sending the Nimitz on its final maiden voyage back to where? The same place it started. So that's why I have a feeling that it might be used as a false flag to get us involved in this BS.
I can easily believe
it's around like the USS Liberty. I'm not joking. Look it up. And this literally sounds like history is repeating itself.
Yep.
And it's done it multiple times.
Melted, we are aware Nora was echoing. It is not something I can fix.
Push
It's also not an echo. It wasn't even an echo. It's like a sound effect.
His
Anyway,
voice is so booming.
Melted's just a complainer. He's always got something to complain about. It's okay. Anyway. We should be complaining about this war. Anyway, well, I mean, look at this next tweet. So let's see. So this is right after the strikes, June 13th. So this is the next truth that he has about the incident. So this is the 14th, later in the night. He's tweeting this at fucking 12:30 at night, by the way, because it's midnight where he is.
Yeah.
The U.S. had nothing to do with the attack on Iran tonight. If we are attacked in any way, shape, or form by Iran, the full strength and might of the U.S. armed forces will come down on you at levels never seen before. However, we can easily get a deal done between Israel and Iran and Israel and end this bloody conflict. While I agree with his statement here, I don't agree that see, here's one thing, right? Like, if we're attacked in any way, but if we go and put forces as close to their fucking front doorstep as possible, and then they get attacked, are we gonna be like, oh, they hit us?
Right.
You know what I mean? Because that's bullshit.
I think a large portion of people would. Only the people who aren't so blind to recognize the potential of a false flag would be. Only those expecting a false flag would voice opposition if something like the aircraft carrier was struck. But I do want to say that I don't necessarily disagree with him using such harsh language in this truth. Like, it's okay to be able to, talk some shit, talk a big game. You know what I mean?
I understand that, and I can agree with that, but at the same time, we don't need to be overly aggressive. There's a difference between being aggressive and being assertive.
Yeah. I think this rhetoric is just more persuasion for them to sign a deal, which again, I go back to why the hell haven't we signed the deal? He's saying it in multiple posts that We just need him to sign the deal. We just need him to sign the deal. So,
Yeah,
I
I
mean,
agree.
yeah, like I said, I agree with the statement he says here. But if we're goading them into attacking us, I don't know how much I agree after that.
Yeah, exactly. It's like there's definitely some poking and prodding going on.
Well, it's like
And
what's called? It's like you know, you're messing with your sibling and you're like getting as close to poking them as possible, and you're like, I'm not touching you, I'm not touching you, I'm not touching you. but on a much grander scale and with very large weapons.
Mm-hmm.
Terrible, absolutely terrible. Next comment we have from Donald Trump. So I have it in a timeline, or at least I should. Did I skip one? No, I have it in the timeline. So then he waits a couple days to make another comment on Truth Social. So this is on the 16th. He says, Iran should have signed the deal I told them to sign. What a shame and a waste of human life. Simply stated, Iran cannot have a nuclear weapon. I said it over and over again. Everyone should immediately evacuate Tehran. I do not like that last sentence at all. It makes me incredibly worried to see a sentence like that from a fucking U.S. president.
I mean, if he knows that Israel is going to strike, then
yeah, but you're talking about evacuating a city, a capital city.
Sure, like, but at the same time, like, as long as it's not the U.S. doing the strike, like,
But you know
I
it
feel like
is.
it's different. It might not be okay, but it's different. What?
Well, you know it is in one way or another. It's either us going to be providing the missiles that are going there, or we're going to be the ones striking. You know we're going to have
If
some
not both.
kind of involvement, especially if he is saying that. And if he knows something and he's saying that,
I don't know. I think that I would rather him say that than not say that. Like,
how ironic would it be? How ironic would it be if Israel nuked Tehran?
That's what I'm saying. I'm scared that something's going to
That's
happen.
what it sounds like when I read this shit. Because you look at the timeline of events. You look at the timeline of events. He's talking about evacuating Tehran. You look at some of his other comments. I don't know. It seems like he's trying to convince people that some of this shit's okay.
Well, I mean, I think he's definitely trying to convince people that strikes on Iran are okay. I don't know. I also don't think that we should be funding Israel to the extent that we are. But I also think that as long as it's not the U.S. doing the strikes, it's
Same
a little
argument
different.
they make for Russia and Ukraine.
I was going to say, I don't want to be hypocritical because I'm against the conflict in with Russia and Ukraine. I don't know. It's a tough line to walk. I mean, in general, I think that Trump should be reining Israel back right now and saying, hey, you aren't going to strike anymore because they've agreed to sign the deal. So, but I do think it's a little bit different if Israel is continuing the offensive and the U.S. is still staying out of it. But I foresee the U.S. using that bunker buster to hit that nuclear facility, and I think that's going to be a crazy escalation that is going to be, I don't know, what it's going to advance this war even further.
I don't think we need to be involved at all. I don't think we need to be funding Israel at all. We need to be helping Israel at all. If Israel can't stand on their own 2 feet and they can't defend their own country and they can't win the war that they're picking, especially considering that there were peace accords that were set in place that actually had them sitting very, very pretty economically. And then they go and pick a fight with their neighbors. You know what? If you want to pick that fight, you want to be the only dog in it, go for it. Knock yourself out. And if you can't stand up on your own 2 feet and defend yourself, then you know what? Maybe you deserve to get slapped down. Maybe you deserve to learn that lesson. But we don't need to be involved in it.
I mean, I've said it for a while, but I just think the U.S. should be
Echoes there, Tyler.
What was that?
Now there's an echo, Tyler.
There was a little bit of a peak there from you.
Should I try this?
No, you're good. You're good.
No, push the
Oh.
button, Tyler.
The button.
But I've been saying for a while that I think the U.S. should just mass produce Iron Domes, and if people want to fight it out, they do it without artillery and missile strikes and all of that.
I mean, that's what India and China do.
Yeah.
I mean, if these countries want to go to war against each other and want to be in a ground war with each other, so be it. But
Melted saying he just wants war. I don't know if he's trolling or if he's trolling in being serious. He said I want a big parking lot to park in when I go touch the Wailing Wall. And then CB Van says, hope we're seeing Trump 101. Promise them the world, then underdeliver. Mad Stork, we're not hitting you. Hey Bill, take this bat and hit Tom. I'm not hitting you. Bill is.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's accurate.
I think it's more of hey, Tarek, I think Bill might hit me. Okay, well, here, I'm going to give you this bat. You do what you will or whatever. I don't know. It's frustrating.
Yeah, I mean, so we're also
analogies
missing the other line in this. How do you guys feel about Iran having a nuclear weapon? Let's say that they're not lying to us like they've been saying the past 20 years that they're trying to get a nuke, which they are trying to get a nuke. They just haven't been successful. And even if they do get one, I don't see how they're going to deliver it anywhere. But they were talking about it on Timcast last night, it's not that they're going to launch it in a missile. It's that they'll give it to other people or other organizations, and then we'll have dirty bombs going off.
Sure. I feel like there's two ways to prevent Iran from getting a nuke. Either you constantly bombard them to hinder their progress, or you sign some sort of deal and monitor them to make sure that they aren't breaking that deal. And if they do, then maybe go back to option number one and re-sign a new deal, like we were talking with Matt Stork last night. But, the fact that you can negotiate into them not having a nuke is something that everyone needs to consider. You don't have to.
I mean, Trump's been trying to do that. That was their 60-day ultimatum.
Right, but I'm just saying that it now seems like the negotiation option is off the table, which is unfortunate because it still exists as a potential way to prevent them from getting a nuke.
Well, and now Trump, Trump is now even attacking people like Tucker Carlson. Somebody please explain to Cookie Tucker Carlson that Iran cannot have a nuclear weapon.
Well, he's okay. So Tucker is asking legitimate questions like what I pose. Okay, so why are we so opposed to Iran having a nuclear weapon? Well, it's because they want to destroy the whole world. Well, why do they want to destroy the whole world? Because they want to create their religion in the image of their doctrine. And in order to do so, they need to wipe out all the infidels. Okay, so we understand this. And now with that, we understand the religious side of it and the political side. In that country, their political leader also happens to be the religious leader, if I'm not mistaken. So, yeah, there's definitely not going to be some understandings. And I don't know if a deal is actually going to be able to be made. Now, with that understanding, we need to know exactly where they are in their progress, because it's not like you can just go down to the supermarket and buy everything you need for a nuclear weapon. Do they have those natural resources? Do they have the capability
They
of
do.
engineering? Well, see, that's the thing is now once they have that, do they have the capability of actually engineering it into a stable nuclear weapon, or is it going to be an unstable one? Because there's different shelf lives.
Well, so Killing It Sense asks, should the cartels have a nuclear weapon?
Oh God, no, because they're unstable to begin with. They shouldn't even have weapons, but they are just like the mafia, and they created themselves because they're, a syndicate, and that's kind of what.
So who should be allowed to have nuclear weapons?
honestly, nobody should be able to have nuclear weapons, but I agree with nuclear power because nuclear power is a really amazing energy source. And this
Yeah,
is the dilemma that we have when you create something. It could be used for good and evil.
Well,
This
that
is
was the deal we made with Iran. We told them that they can enrich uranium up to the levels of making nuclear power plants, but they were trying to enrich it to the point of making bombs. So that's why we were trying to make an agreement with them, because we knew that they were doing that.
Mm-hmm. Well, see, and that's the point where, you know, we have to be able to come to that table and see if there's any way. And if there's no way, then we need to, everybody, the whole entire world needs to come together and go, okay, then since these people don't want to sit down and play nice in the sandbox, how are we going to deal with them? Are we just going to kick them out of the sandbox? Or are we just going to make sure that they never play in the sandbox again?
Well, Mad Stork said Israel's goal is to remove Gaza, but Iran is not going to accept that. There is no negotiation that Iran will accept that allows Gaza to be removed. That's Iran's line.
Well, see, I'm fine with Gaza not being removed. I'm fine with Palestine being there, and I'm fine with Israel being there. And I'm also fine with somebody else taking control of all three, since nobody can play nice in the sandbox.
Yeah, I genuinely don't care what goes on over there, whether Palestine stays or doesn't, so...
Yeah, I understand that Israel itself, Jerusalem, is a mecca for 3 different major religions. And the fact that they can't come together and realize that and understand that and respect each other is disgusting.
That's the craziest thing, is that like this isn't just like global politics. This is a religious war. And when people are fighting a religious war, it's oftentimes just to the death, willing to sacrifice themselves for, you know, their faith. And I don't know, it's a very dangerous way to fight wars. You know what I mean?
Well, Matt Stork said, that's great, Nora. Israel is going to remove Gaza, so... As what Stork said.
We don't need to be over there. It's literally one of those none my business.
Has nothing to do with us. If Israel wants to do that, then I don't care.
It's not my place.
Nora, what I tell everybody is Israel has just as much a right to defend themselves as Palestine does. And if Palestine wants to defend themselves from a threat like Israel, go right ahead. But if Israel wants to conquer their land, I genuinely don't care.
And yeah, and like I said, you know, if they want to stand on their own 2 feet and they want to play war, then let them. But we don't need to be over there. We don't need to be involved. And if they can't do it on their own and they get their asses handed to them, well, then you know what? That's a lesson that they needed to learn.
Yeah, at some point it just turns into, I just hope both teams have fun.
About both teams have fun? Is that what you just said?
Yeah.
TJ's just gambling here in the chat while we're chatting.
Oh, I had to send one out.
I had to get one in there.
Yeah.
Oh, look at that! Eternal Spartan is at top of leaderboard. Oh yeah.
Buffalo.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Eternal Spartan. Watch this. Watch this. Bam. And wait. Bam. And I lost it. God damn it. Rip.
Awesome.
Anyway, moving on to the next tweet. Let's see. Joey's supposed to join us. I don't know where this fool's at. Where this fligga. He said his other camera's not working. Well, that sounds like a you problem, Joey. I don't understand how he makes that my problem. Anyway, Eternal's laughing at me. No, Eternal. Anyway, okay. Let's see. There we go. Back to this. So America First means many great things, including the fact that Iran cannot have a nuclear weapon. Make America great again. Guys, I cringed so fucking hard when I read this. Like, oh, it hurt my soul.
It's that it comes off as propaganda and very warmonger-esque.
It is.
A little.
It reminds me of Hillary
Clinton.
It does. And I'm just like, I threw up in my mouth a little. And I'm just like,
Here, let me put us back over here. We'll talk about this. So yeah, America first means many great things, including the fact that Iran cannot have a nuclear weapon. Make America great again. Let me go find the meme I saw from Luke Rudowski real quick while we talk about this. And yeah, no, I read that tweet and that it's disgusting. It's disgusting. And you know, TJ wanted me to point out the Owen Schroyer poll on Mark Levin's tweet, and
Yes.
when we looked at that poll, what was it? It was 95% said fuck
Yeah,
war.
Yep.
So it's clear that the MAGA base, at least from that poll, but that's a little bit anecdotal.
I mean, it blows my mind that that all of this uproar.
This is what I wanted. Here you go. You want to read? Can you read this for me, TJ?
Well, in a second, I was
ahead.
saying that it blows my mind that all of the uproar on X is not reaching Trump's ear and is having zero influence on his decision. Like, he can see that his base does not want this, and yet he's moving forward with it anyway.
When I go back to his Truth Social tweet, we'll go through the replies, and I hope he's reading them because, yeah.
So yeah, first image: Nikki Haley goes to war against Iran. Image number 2 is Donald Trump goes to war against Iran.
Yeah. So either way, we were getting fucking war with Iran. So, yay, great, love it.
It just shows the level of capture that the military-industrial complex and the, war machine has on our country. Even when we put someone in power who is supposed to be the peace president, even when it's the one guy who's going to stand up against all of that, it still happens.
Yep.
We're cooked. The country's fucking cooked.
I mean, I don't even I don't even know. I don't even know what to say because how long is this war gonna last?
And go ahead.
I was just saying, how long is this war gonna last? How bad is it gonna get? And are other countries gonna be pulled into it? Because if we get pulled in, does that mean China's gonna take the opportunity to go seize Taiwan, or then we're gonna get pulled over there, and then it'll set off a chain of events that I don't think anyone is ready for or wants.
Yeah, spread us out too thin, and then
Whoa.
homeland.
What the hell? You got some crazy ass echo for a second.
I know.
Say it again, TJ.
I said, I don't know. Do I still have early echo?
A little bit.
Well, I guess we'll just fight it.
I don't know what. I have all the settings on to I don't know. I have your audio settings tuned and still doing it, so
super weird.
That's the Vid Ninja. I can't do anything. But
yeah, I was saying that the natural conclusion is that if we get spread out in all of these wars all across the world, then that's going to spread us too thin, and then we'll have an attack on the homeland and have no one left to defend it. And so, very dangerous waters.
Yeah,
I do want to say one thing that, while I have been so vocal about all of this shit needs to end, I do think that we haven't yet crossed the threshold. I'm seeing that the potential is there for us to get involved in this war, but I don't, until we are actually dropping bombs, or until we get boots on the ground or whatever, I feel like it's still a what if. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I don't know. Once we drop that bunker buster on that nuclear facility, I think the rage is going to build up to a much higher level. But I think we are just still sitting on the precipice.
Well, so I'll move on to the. Did you have anything to say about this tweet, Nora?
I think that we should normalize Happy Bunny stickers again and start sending them to people when they tweet random stupid shit like this.
What's a Happy Bunny sticker?
Oh, you were too young. Damn.
I guess
Okay.
I guess I am.
I don't know if I know that.
Oh my god.
Uh-oh.
Okay, so I'm aging myself now. I used to have Happy Bunny stickers everywhere, and one of them says, "Since you're so gross, shouldn't you be smart?"
Oof.
And,
so-
then one of them says, "Hey, your gum is leaking out."
I got you. It's like the equivalent of bumper stickers, but for just but using this little bunny image with a sign kind of a thing.
Oh yeah, and they used to be on bumper stickers, shirts.
I got you.
Oh yeah.
Memes before memes
My
were a thing.
favorite one, and I actually had this on a T-shirt, was "It's cute how you think I'm listening."
Perfect.
Nice.
You're ugly, and that's funny.
So, what bunny sticker would you attach to this tweet?
That one would probably be your stupid's leaking out.
Your
Yep.
stupid's leaking out. I mean, look. So we've got more to go through from Trump. So we'll move on to the next one.
Yeah.
I have I guess they were saying that he reached out for peace talks, and he just wanted to make it very clear that he had not done that. I have not reached out to Iran for peace talks in any way, shape, or form. This is just more highly fabricated fake news. If they want to talk, they know how to reach me. They should have taken the deal that was on the table. Would have saved a lot of lives. So here he is. He wanted to make it very clear that there were no peace talks. He was not reaching out. If they want peace talks, they can reach out to him, I guess.
I'm not initially opposed to that stance. Like as long as it's known to them, as long as Iran knows that, okay, when we're ready for peace, we can reach out.
I guess it's just crazy. Your ally starts striking someone's nuclear capabilities, and then your statement is, "Yeah, we weren't even looking for peace talks. They know where to talk."
Right. It is inflammatory.
That was my point in highlighting it, because he's again talking about it, and it shows that why isn't he trying to reach out for peace talks? He seems pretty okay with the war just going on.
Yeah, I can definitely see that. I almost wonder if there's a level of it's not what he said, it's how he said it. That's kind of
Maybe
throwing up some bad vibes with this.
Trump does that a lot, though. He's a lot of things he says, and he says them in the wrong way, and he's got to work on it.
Very boisterous, right?
Yeah. Oh, well, but like you said, it's not, this one isn't as big a deal. We'll move on to this one though. How do you guys feel about this one? This is today. Yep, this was this morning, 9 in the morning. 9 Pacific Standard. We now have complete and total control of the skies over Iran. Iran they've had good sky trackers and other defensive equipment, and plenty of it, but it doesn't compare to American-made, conceived, and manufactured stuff. Nobody does it better than the good old USA. Here he is. He's trying to talk about how great the American-made stuff, equipment is, and our military. But I don't know if you guys noticed, but at the beginning here, he just nonchalantly talks about how we have control over another country's skies currently.
Who is we, though?
Yeah,
Who's we, though?
We now have complete and total control. Well, when he says we, I assume, if taken in context of the tweet, I would assume us, the United States. Hi, Joey. I gotta switch my scenes around now that Joey's here. You guys all look weird.
Oh, that's just day to day.
That's just a normal.
Yeah.
But yeah, you can't fix that.
I almost read this as we being the U.S. and Israel, and the fact that he's referring to the U.S. and Israel as we is mildly troubling in my opinion.
Yeah, I would assume he's talking about the United States and Israel. You're right. And hello, Joey. We've been talking about this for like 40 minutes. We're going through the timeline of events with Trump's tweeting, because he clearly is trying to convince his base that war is the good idea. Are you here, Joey?
That's a "I'll be nicer when you're smarter" thing.
Hang on, I can't hear Joey.
Nope. Joey was having issues last night.
I can see it says his mic is muted on your end, Joey.
Yeah, when I joined Ninja, I was initially muted.
There
Yes,
we
the
go.
mic says it was muted. Okay.
Yeah, there you go. All right.
Hey.
So Joey is now with us. We are joined by Outworld Live, Joseph. But yeah, Joey, so we're just going over this tweet right here from our Lord and Savior, Donald Trump. Talking about how they have complete control over the skies over Iran this morning.
Wonderful.
Isn't
So
that
happy.
wonderful? And we're trying to get context clues from his tweet. Is it Israel, our allies in the we? Are we, the United States, included in the we? Like, do we have stuff over there? Like, what specifically Who has control currently?
We,
We have
The
control.
royal we.
the French, obviously.
The French, obviously. Even Joey gets a little bit of that echo. How the fuck do I change that on? Do you know anything about that, Joey?
What?
There's like a slight echo that appears every now and again on the Vid Ninja.
Is there?
I don't know. What's called? I fixed the echo.
Have you muted everybody else in Ninja, because you should be able to hear us through OBS?
No.
Like do you have like the thing clicked?
You mean like the control room muted? You're like that?
Oh,
did
you click the no echo button?
Did I click the no echo button? Right.
No, I mean like
No,
next
I
to
know
the-
what you mean. I know what you mean. I just clicked that. We'll see if that changes anything.
Hello.
Hello. It only happens every now and again though. That's why I don't know if it was that. Anyway, yeah. So isn't this great? Aren't you guys so excited that we have control over the skies in Iran? Don't you guys just feel so much safer?
The other thing that I want to mention in this tweet is the fact that he says, all of the American-made stuff. Well, what stuff do we have that's like flying around in the skies? Like that seems like we already have.
Well, that's why I was like, it doesn't seem like he's doesn't seem like he's talking about Israel here. He said American-made, conceived, and manufactured stuff. What
Well, I mean,
stuff?
Well,
maybe it's.
We have a staging base in Kuwait.
Yeah.
That never went away.
We could have all kinds of stuff, as he says over there. So
stuff. Well, as I said when I was muted, I said Neocon Don.
Neocon Don.
Hey, that's gonna stick better than Sleepy Joe.
Well, what's called Joey, before you came up here, he was even tweeting about Tucker Carlson. He's like, someone tell kooky Tucker Carlson that Iran cannot have any nuclear weapons. So he's like talking crap about Tucker Carlson, and then he had another truth tweet. He said that America first means I could pull it up again. America first means not letting Iran have nukes. Was a tweet from Donald Trump in the past 24 hours.
Wonderful.
So
the more things change, the more they stay the same.
I know,
but I'm gonna trust Trump on this one, bro. Because
have you seen that long text message, by the way?
The what?
The long text message that was up there.
Oh yeah, it was from like a pastor or something, right? I didn't read the whole thing.
I think it was from Huckabee or something like that.
Oh well, he used to be a pastor. But here's the tweet I was talking about, Joey. America first means many great things, including the fact that Iran cannot have a nuclear weapon. Make America great again.
You see Laura Loomer's unhinged tweet about all this?
No, you want to send it to me? I'll pull it up.
I think I ranted at her a little bit.
Did you?
Yeah.
Send it to me. We'll talk about it. Like, this is the news today. I have a few other stories that we can cover, but this is the news today, really. Is everyone's talking about how we're literally about to enter World War III. We're about to enter conflict with Iran.
Thanks, Don.
Thanks, Don. Thanks, Donnie. This is exactly what I voted for. I didn't vote. I didn't vote for reversing everything that happened during COVID. I didn't reverse for getting all the illegals out of the country. I didn't reverse for I didn't vote for lower gas prices or no new wars. I didn't vote for any of that. No, I voted for everything we've been getting, which is a whole lot of fucking nothing and a new war.
But aren't you tired of winning?
I'm so tired of fucking losing.
Are you tired of winning?
What winning?
So many grifters turning on. Just look at Laura Loomer's whole feed. We could do that. We can make a whole
show. Or is that what you want to talk about on your show today?
So many grifters turning on President Trump. I hope he punishes all of them. Oh God.
What's called? Do you want to share your screen, or do you want to send it to me?
Wants it to be. Okay, so if if MAGA is what Trump wants it to be, and then if he gets hijacked, so we're just supposed to go along with it?
I guess so.
The galaxy awaits your salvation.
Oh, someone just started following. What's up?
Nice.
I couldn't see the name. It should pop up in the chat.
But it's interesting to see some of these neocon MAGA influencers saying, give me screenshots of everyone who backstabbed Trump. I want a list of all of these people. And it's like, oh, okay, cool. So people decide to voice their opposition to war, and you're going to go full leftist cancel culture on them.
Yep.
Yeah. Just support Middle Eastern regime change war, or else we're gonna ruin you.
And in reality, it's probably only like maybe at most. Let's be generous here. At most, 20% of MAGA, and that's being incredibly generous. Would actually want a war with Iran.
Yep.
MAGA is what Trump says it needs to be, though.
I-
or
I-
something.
Well,
yeah,
apparently
and-
that's another thing about that last the tweet that you just re-pulled up.
Yeah.
It's using the concept. It's using all of the goodwill that people have associated with "Make America Great" to justify whatever you want.
Yeah,
Like,
to sway it in your political, like we get it. You're the leader of the MAGA movement, whatever, right? You created the movement technically, but the MAGA movement is far beyond Trump, and it's going to move past Trump once he's out of office. So he can't use the movement to just be like, "Hey guys, war is great, isn't it? And it's great for the movement." No, it's not. No, you're not convincing anyone. The whole movement was centered around how we need to get the fuck out of these wars. You're not going to flip the movement that was about getting out of these wars into being all for wars. That's not how it works.
yeah, he could just the same. Sorry, real quick. He could just the same be like, we're making America great, and you know what's great for America? Ukraine winning this war against Russia.
Yep.
So make America great again because we want to support Ukraine.
Nope.
And it's just like you're associating that term with whatever cause you want to give it validity, even when
It's a joke because there's nothing about Ukraine winning that actually helps us. There's nothing about Israel winning that actually helps us. So it's just he's giving us neocon talking points, and people like Laura Loomer want us to just sit there and accept it.
I like Shitty Gov's comment. And he said the choice for president in 2024 was Kamala and Trump. It was not Batman and the Joker. Yep, it was the better of two evils, like Joey's been repeating. It was the better of two evils, and all it did was prolong the the inevitable. So
yep, that's all he did. He was a stopgap. That's all he was. I wanted him to be this revolutionary force, but he wasn't, and he's not going to be.
If the U.S. does not start bombing, and he gets a peace deal signed, and we stop everything right here, right now, I'm almost of the camp that all is forgiven, because I feel like we are on.
It's not going to happen.
We're on the verge of. We're on the precipice of this escalating to U.S. involvement. But if we can stop U.S.
What do you mean escalating? We're there. He says we have control of their skies.
We are involved. We already sent out tanker ships. We are involved.
I need to kind of see it with my own eyes a little bit more, I guess, of actual U.S.
Well, so Matt Stork's got some comments in the chat. He said the news, it's way more than just this. I know it's way more than just this, but this is the big news, and this is the stuff that a lot of people need to be concerned about. Especially within the MAGA movement, that Trump is completely turning on everybody. And Matt Stork even follows it up with this comment. He says, everyone has different reasons for supporting Trump. Some of us wanted deportations in our state. Fuck MAGA. Yeah, I'm kind of there at this point, too. It's not really fuck MAGA. It's fuck Donald Trump at this point, dude. This is bullshit.
Alex Jones said exclusive. Trump has been given intel that leads him to believe Iran already has a nuclear weapon. And then Slick responded to this tweet saying, well, if they already have a nuclear weapon and haven't used it, then all the more reason to leave them alone and treat them like a sovereign people/nation.
Exactly. What?
Yeah.
If they're
Why poke the badger with a spoon? And if you're gonna poke the badger with the spoon, the badger's going to attack, and you're gonna get fucked up. And it's your own fault.
Yeah, absolutely.
The badger with the spoon, is that an Alaskan phrase? I haven't heard that before.
It's an Eddie Izzard phrase.
Okay, gotcha.
It's a joke from Eddie Izzard.
We still got Melted trolling in the chat. He said we're not involved enough. We need to nuke Iran. I mean, look, I had a tweet I pulled up earlier, Joey. I don't know if you saw the tweet, but Donald Trump directly said that people should start evacuating Tehran. Did you see that one?
What?
Did you see the truth tweet from Donald Trump where he said people should start evacuating Tehran?
Tehran, yeah.
Yeah. It's just crazy.
He's threatening like they're gonna do something. He's doing this is his version of peace through strength. He's trying to show that he's strong, but as Israel and Ukraine have already proven, his bluffs mean nothing.
Yeah, but
it's all posturing. He doesn't have any weight behind his bluffs.
What I said
so
to Nora,
either he's gonna do the damn thing or he's gonna do the damn thing.
What I said to Nora and TJ was how ironic would it be for Israel to nuke Tehran? I mean,
yeah, but that's how the approach can be. I mean, the approach would be, oh, we didn't do it, Israel did it. Like now, I'm just like, at first I was like, is Israel lying about how much knowledge the United States had behind everything just to drag them in, or is that just the triple agent type of chess that they're playing to make it to try to absolve the United States of shit? But Trump's clearly not, going with that.
Yeah. Well, why does it keep fucking up my window? There we go.
Ridiculous.
So here we go. So this we have this from Trump. Here's his next Truth Social tweet. He said, "We know exactly where the so-called supreme leader is hiding. He's an easy target, but is safe there. We are not going to take him out." And then he says, "Kill." If you weren't sure what he meant by take him out, at least for now. But we don't want missiles shot at civilians or American soldiers. Our patience is wearing thin. Thank you for your attention to this matter." Directly saying that he's going to assassinate the sitting leader of Iran.
Did you see this? Oh man, this fucking.
Real quick, our patience is wearing thin.
God damn it, TJ! You say real quick all the time. You do realize you speak 70% of the time, right?
Yeah, well, I don't know.
No, he doesn't. Not on this show.
What do you mean? I've been here for like 20 minutes and it's just been it's in the TJ show.
That's not even
TJ
true. I've been cutting him off.
Tyler.
It's TJ Tuesday, don't you know?
It is TJ Tuesday. It's his show today. We played his song at the start.
Did you guys go over Tulsi Gabbard? The thing Trump said regarding Tulsi Gabbard about how she said that Iran doesn't have it, and he's like, well, I don't care what she says because they have it.
That was another.
Oh, here I can pull it up right here. Is that what you sent me, TJ?
No, it's not. But it's the same. It's the same. Like interview, we'll say.
always
It's the
said that
same
you
line
don't
of
believe
questioning.
Iran should be able to have a nuclear weapon. But how close do you personally think that they were to getting one? Because Tulsi Gabbard testified in March that the intelligence community said Iran wasn't building a nuclear weapon.
I don't care what she said. I think they were very close to having it.
That is the clip you sent me, TJ.
Yeah, maybe I forgot that. Forgot that we said that in there.
Okay,
Now,
well,
apparently she is in the situation room with them though. So Tulsi, so hopefully that helps something. I never thought I'd say we need a woman in there with a bunch of men for a leadership thing, but here we are.
yeah. See, Matt Stork saying only the Badger isn't a Badger. At most, they're a pissed off golfer. Matt Stork, I just don't like your characterization of Iran. I don't want to mischaracterize his argument, but we will never declaw anyone, and that'll only cause more resentment from any group of
See,
people.
that's where the disconnect between with what Matt Stork is saying is that like he thinks that this is going to declaw them, but instead it's actually going to give them steroids.
Yeah, we disagree. We disagree on the outcome. He thinks that we can de-radicalize them by declawing them. I think by declawing them, you only radicalize them further into seeing you as the enemy.
Exactly how they've become more and more radical progressively over the years.
How has Gaza gotten to where it is? Why is Hamas the way it is? It's because time after time they've seen their families be murdered by the
you're
state
just
of
coming home.
Israel, so.
Little Muhammad's coming home from school, and then he sees.
But there's the problem, Joey. You just have to murder. You have to murder all of them within a certain age, right? So then all the young ones just don't remember their family, and then they don't know you killed them.
Well, and then that's how you get countries where the population, over 50% of it, is under the age of 14.
Yep. Terrible. Absolutely terrible. So, and then here's the final tweet we have from...
The last thing I wanted to say on this before Joey said that I talked
30 seconds.
Yeah,
on that previous tweet where he says our patience is wearing thin. Our patience for what? Like what is he requiring from them? It's almost like
he wants a deal, basically stating that they're not going to do nukes or whatever.
And yeah, but I'm under the impression that Iran said that they were willing to negotiate like 2 days ago.
They've been saying that they're willing to negotiate. The problem is that's what they're doing. They just keep saying they're going to negotiate, and that's all they're doing is a whole lot of negotiating and no signing.
It's such a dog walking thing though, because here's the thing that people won't say is Iran is willing to negotiate, whatever that may mean, but guess who's not willing to negotiate?
Trump.
Israel?
No, Israel.
Well, neither.
And if we're gonna back up Israel no matter what, then it literally doesn't matter.
Well, so here's this next tweet from Trump 9 in the morning, shortly after the other ones I just had pulled up. Unconditional surrender. That's the tweet. You can pull what you want from that.
Neocon Don. Sorry.
Well, that's still signing a peace deal. It's just a peace deal that includes their surrender.
Yeah, that's telling it that if someone came to the United States and was like, unconditional surrender, we're going to put boots on the ground to go make sure you don't have any of these weapons. That's conquered. We conquered you.
If I was Iran, if I was advising Iran, which I'm not, but if I was, I would tell them not to surrender. I mean, that's a joke.
That's an absolute joke. That's literally allowing someone to conquer you.
Yep.
It's a joke.
It is. And again, as I pointed out, they are run by a person who is head of the religious and the state. They're not going to back down because, again, if you back down, then you're failing your religion.
Trump during his 2016 debate, there were no weapons of mass destruction, and they knew there were none. Yeah.
Well, and then
Here
I
we
just
go
wanted to
again.
I wanted to pull this up again for you, Joey, because you were talking about peace talks. Donald Trump just wanted to clarify for everyone in the back at 2 a.m. Keep in mind, so he tweeted this at 6 a.m. and then he's up again at 9 a.m. Just interesting. This man does not sleep. But so he said, I have not reached out to Iran for peace talks in any way, shape, or form. This is just more highly fabricated fake news. If they just want to talk, they know how to reach me. They should have taken the deal that was on the table. We have saved a lot of lives. So Trump reiterating that he's not looking for peace talks. He doesn't care. If they want to talk to him, they can come to him.
I tell you what, man, he's really starting to look like the way the left categorized him now. I think this is like I can't believe I'm saying this, and I don't mean it as like I would vote for her, but like do I believe that if Kamala Harris was president, she would be backing up Israel for no reason like this? Maybe, probably.
I was gonna
mean,
say
they all get blackmailed.
It makes you wonder.
It just makes me wonder if this would be the one instance where it would be different.
Yeah,
I don't think so.
I can't believe I'm thinking that, but
No,
this is where
Kamala Harris was a shell of a candidate. Like the military-industrial complex would walk all over her.
Most likely.
But I don't think we would have had war in Israel. I think we would have had war in Ukraine, Russia. We would have had boots on the ground. See, that's the issue, Joey, is like our options with Kamala and Trump is like, all right, Trump got pushed to war with Iran. Kamala would have got pushed to war with Russia. So it's like, pick your poison.
She also would have been pushed into war with Iran. She also would have been
we could have likely got both. So you're not wrong.
That's likely what would have happened, but like it just, I don't know. Like
who would have
the way
been out about it would have been arrested for saying mean words.
just the way that he's going about this is, I don't know. Again, maybe there's like some sort of intelligence that they have that we don't have, but I'm not playing that fucking game. I'm not doing that. Oh, they got information you don't have bullshit. No, they played that game all the fucking time. They don't deserve the benefit of the doubt.
Absolutely.
And he doesn't either anymore. After he did not learn his lessons from the first administration when he endorsed guys like Dr. Oz, and he's not learning his lesson here about what his base actually wants. So it really is starting to just look like the typical Republican where it's like they pander, they give lip service, and then when it's time to do what the base wants, he's just going to listen to the special interests, the military-industrial complex, Lindsey Graham, the Warhawks, and the neocons, because that's what he's doing. When he's going against guys like Tucker Carlson, when he's going against guys like even Elon when he was talking about the bill, and then he's going to side with Lindsey Graham, he's going to side with Mike Johnson, he's going to side with these people. I mean, what? How else am I supposed to interpret this?
Yep.
I don't know,
There's
man.
a level of absolute betrayal.
Yeah, I'm incredibly black-pilled after today reading his thread of tweets.
Look at all the people Tyler are talking to.
I'm still gray-pilled, but it's definitely a darker shade of gray.
Yep.
I'm with you.
Too gray.
Well, then let's pull this up from TJ Rainman. Laura Loomer takes screenshots of every single right winger who is shit talking Trump right now. Post them under this post. I have most of them, but I don't want to miss any.
I can't say what I want to say about her on YouTube.
And Laura Loomer.
Oh, Tyler's going to get suspended for that one. Laura Loomer is going to use her do-mat. She's going to use her hat person magic, and she's going to complain incessantly and get you suspended. Watch.
Perfect.
What did you do? I missed it. I didn't see what you just did. What did you do?
I tweeted
He
at Laura
said,
Loomer.
add me to the list. See you next Tuesday.
See you next Tuesday. A word that British people do not take kindly to. That starts with a C.
But the Aussies love saying it. Yeah.
Rhymes with blunt.
No. I know exactly. You told her see you next Tuesday. I know exactly what.
Yeah. Voicing opposition to war is not talking shit about Trump. Exactly, TJ. We aren't a cult, Laura Loomer. We are allowed to make our voices heard in opposition to actions he is taking. And being anti-forever war wasn't one of the biggest selling points for Trump. Exactly. If we are dragged into war with Iran, it will be the most disgusting betrayals of the American people. Call Trump. Tell him to keep us out of this war. Check this poll.
And then
Look at the
second-
way-
Holy shit! Your tweet blew up.
a little bit.
Look at the way he like neatly wrote everything too.
Look at how he has more likes than I have subscribers.
What am I up to on that one now?
What?
I can't see it. What am I up to on that one?
539.
Let's go.
Let's
What was that?
go.
24 or 74 replies?
He's got 24.
You are proving your point, says this mental retard, Cheryl
Yeah.
Bowers.
No more wars for the U.S. Are we in the war? No, we are not. Chill the fuck out. All right, you retard.
You know what you should do, Tyler? What you should do is you should take Trump's Truth Social thing where it says we have Iran surrounded and just reply to the
Yeah,
vet
let me go back. I'll
patriot,
screenshot
whatever.
it.
Iran's airspace. Yeah, go for it.
Yeah,
Post
let me-
that to her. Say,
yeah,
"Bam,
I swear
what
to
do you
God,
think
bro.
about
I don't know. You know what, Tyler? I might be done doing politics. I'm just going to be doing fun stuff, comedy, playing video games, because I've come to the realization that a lot of these people in politics, people who follow politics, are just
Fucking idiots.
fucking
Look at
stupid.
here you go.
No critical thinking.
Are we in the war? No, we are not. Chill the fuck out.
No,
We have now
no
total
discipline,
and
no
complete
nothing.
control of the skies over Iran.
Who's we? It implies us and Israel.
Wait, it says, are we in the war? Well, it says we are now. It says we now.
Oh,
So-
you should delete that and highlight the we in the screenshot.
no. If he says anything where it says like, "Oh, who's we?" though, I'll just highlight we and his, and then I'll highlight we and Trump's.
And then you need to send her the stupid bun or the bunny picture,
I can't.
the
Yeah.
happy bunny picture. Yeah.
Happy bunny picture.
Can't.
Yes,
Yeah, so
Joey,
they're-
you know why I do it now. It's melted.
What did he say?
He
What does
said,
he
"Yes,
do?
Joey, you know why I do it now." He's
I
talking
don't-
about
I
not
don't know what
talking
he was referring
politics.
to. I thought he was referring to why he was going to bring the meltdown back. But
I know.
guess
Are
was
you bringing the
wrong.
meltdown back? Is
Yeah,
that
we
why you're
need the
bringing
meltdown back.
We
And
need the
these-
meltdown back. We need to get away from these politics,
Right.
dude.
In these hard and trying times, we need the meltdown.
Yeah, no one reported that the greatest thing ever in Helldivers history happened. We had reinforcements come in from people that had been banned from the PlayStation plague. All right, they're back. We have reinforcements, thousands of them, and he's not reporting it on the meltdown. I'm a little
We could
frustrated.
save Super Earth again, maybe even Super Mars.
Well, no. Now it's about retribution, Joey. They're actually we have quelled their numbers so much that they're now signaling for backup. So we're trying to take out their signals.
Retribution. What are they? Donald Trump on the campaign trail?
Absolutely, we're going to war with the Illuminati like we're going to war with Iran.
Did you hear that crap he said about in addition with Tucker yesterday? I think we said it on night where he was just like, "Oh well, maybe that's why one of these networks don't want to hire you." It's like, oh, all of a sudden Donald Trump, he's all back on his archaic.
Yeah, you were
media
talking
kick
about that.
after
Yeah,
winning the election with new media. He doesn't bother to give interviews to anybody else. He still just gives his interviews to Sean Hannity.
There's a level
It's a
of
joke.
touching that.
yeah. Look at
Complete
Laura
joke.
Loomer 10 minutes ago. Trump will destroy them. Iran is preparing missiles for potentially retaliatory strikes on U.S. bases.
Good. I mean,
Yeah,
what?
good. At this point, I'm on the side of Iran, dude. Fuck it.
Laura Loomer. I mean, nothing could be destroyed worse than her face, though. So
Yeah, an airstrike on a nuclear facility is not full-scale war. Why is this so hard
Guys,
for
I
people to
got-
understand? Are you fucking serious?
I got a question. Blair White or Laura Loomer?
Blair White.
Might agree.
Well, I mean, to be fair, I'm bi, so
By curious.
bi-curious. I'm a
Bi-gay.
Californian. It's kind of like coded in there. So many grifters turning on President Trump. I hope he punishes all of them. What? Fucking what? Wait
Punishes.
a minute.
I walked back
Punishes.
conversation at the wrong point in time.
Dude, the neocons are going full like unhinged.
I hope he punishes them. That's a wild statement right there. Tyler is
Punishment.
gay. No more gay than you, Melted. You know what's even gayer than me, Melted? The fact that you didn't bring back the meltdown yet.
One day
One
he'll
day.
bring it back.
You know what?
Glorious
You know what?
return.
If he's not going to use it, I fucking will. I'll do it. I'll do the meltdown on Thursdays. Maybe that'll motivate him like I motivated Joey.
Yeah, we're gonna just the meltdown, and I'm gonna do another show called The Hot Seat.
See, there you go.
All the ideas that we gave melted that he didn't use. You know what? I'm gonna start playing GTA 4 on stream.
Fuck it. I'm taking stories with Stork on Wednesdays too.
Stories
All
with
these shows
Stork.
being wasted, man. I'm taking them.
All 89 million people in that
Why do you
spacious
think I
land
took
of
Friday
Iran
for
want to kill
fucking-
you immediately.
Why do you think I took Friday from Joey? Joey wasn't using Friday. I was like, missed opportunity.
I've never been using Friday.
I know, that's why I took the
enjoy my
spot.
Fridays and Saturdays.
I took the spot.
I like going out sometimes.
Look at that. We have 31 beautiful bastards in the live stream right now. I don't normally get these numbers. It's beautiful. I love to see it.
Really?
Love to
Oh
see
yeah,
it.
overall because
I like how you don't have like a name for like your.
No, they're
followers.
beautiful. They're all beautiful, fabulous
Beautiful bastards?
bastards. Yeah, they're all bastards. Beautiful bastards. Every one of them.
they're the todays.
Yeah, you're today's bastards. There we go. Today's bastards. Today's
Perfect.
bastards watching the stream. I love all of you.
Today's
That's the nickname.
tomorrow's
There we go.
rulers.
Joey got it for me. Today's bastards.
No, today's bastards,
just-
tomorrow's rulers.
There you go, eh? See, this is why it's good to have friends. Anyway, of course,
Gotta update
Ilhan
that.
Omar wants
Gotta
Iran to
update
have a
that
nuke.
subscriber goal, Tyler.
What?
Hey, nothing.
Hey, hold up. Wait a
I
minute.
like how I put one tweet and now Tyler's just doom scrolling for.
I'm doom scrolling Laura Loomer, dude. Laura Doomer,
Yeah.
dude. Laura Doomer over here.
Hey, that's well played.
Laura Doomer.
You know-
Unconditional surrender. That's such a disgusting fucking tweet, dude.
I'm a disgusting woman.
Disgusting
oh, wait,
woman.
person.
No, it's Trump, dude. I'm
as well be.
so I hate everybody. Hate everything. Hate everyone. I'm gonna go take the fattest fucking bong rips and play video games after this.
Why is it so hard for people to realize that making sure Iran doesn't have a nuclear weapon is America first policy? How?
You
Oh
don't
god, I didn't see that one.
completely destroy the entire country to stop them from getting a nuke. Get
You
on
know-
the phone and
Okay
end
with
the
this.
fucking war. That's what Trump ran on. Like,
What we should just
Russia, Ukraine. I'll get on the phone day one. I'll have that ended. We'll get
Mhm.
on the phone now and end this today.
America's so great. Why don't we just focus on making defensive capabilities?
Yeah, America's so great. Why don't we focus on America?
America and defensive capabilities. That way, if they, yeah, why are we worried about them getting the weapon? We should be worried about making defenses against weapons. That way, if they can have the best fucking weapon on the planet, but guess what? It ain't gonna reach us. That's what we should be focused on. Not
Oh,
actually just stopping them from having the weapon. We should be focused on preventing them from using it on us.
I like how
Matt
Tyler
Stewart, no
is.
backseat driving, dude. Stop it.
I like how Tyler is adopting my Iron Domes for everyone policy.
No,
and
no,
is
not just for us.
same idea.
The Golden Dome.
Yeah.
Trump didn't go far enough. He did this Golden Dome bullshit. Gold isn't even that fucking strong. I want the titanium dome.
I want the adamantium good dome.
Adamantium, yep.
We're getting
Where's
borderline.
the fucking kryptonite dome? Come on, guys.
We're borderline Tony Stark right now. Suit
Borderline.
of armor around the world.
Where's Elon Musk? I don't know. It just feels like this Epstein stuff happened, and then all of a sudden Trump kind of flipped. Something happened a couple of weeks ago, man. Something happened. It's not the same.
Yeah.
We're gonna get crushed in the midterms, and then when Trump is terms up, he's gonna blame other things on the fact that the guys. Well, I put
graphene
you in
dome.
a position. Yeah, I put you guys in position to succeed, and well, you guys didn't do it.
I'm
Christ.
just frustrated as all hell with all this.
And you wonder,
Go
wonder how the pendulum ends up swinging.
It's
Like,
the
I don't
peop-
feel like I want to be on the sides of these people anymore. And I don't want to be on the side of the left either because they're chopping
Yeah,
kids.
no. Now,
you know.
now I seeing this shit. I mean, I've always said that I'm not right or left. I just happen to be on the right currently because they're the ones that are correct. But this is absolutely not correct. I'm not on the side of this shit.
Now
it's-
you're going to
it's-
see a lot of these people who voted for Trump. They're giving him a chance, and now they're going to see some of this stuff, and they're like, "Well, nothing represents me anymore." So
I
I'm going to
warned
vote for
about
the
this.
free
I warned
stuff.
about this. I said if we start going into new wars and we don't see shit happening on the Epstein list and deportations, it's gonna de-incentivize voters in the next election, and the right won't fucking win ever again.
Well, and see, I actually got asked the other day why I voted for Trump. And I flat out said I would rather vote for the devil I know versus the devil I don't.
It's the people who disrespect President Trump who have always hung around and try to ask the Trump admin and the family for favors. I'm sick of watching disloyal grifters get away with being anti-Trump for profit and then
Disloyal.
trying to double dip when they want something from Trump.
What loyalty does Trump show people, though?
Yeah, what loyalty does Trump have to anyone? I mean, even
When Paul
Elon,
Manafort-
Elon gave him
when
all
Ma-
this money and helped him with his campaign, and then he tossed him to the side. He didn't give him any favors.
when his friends were suffering in jail for him over the Russia stuff, how long did it take for him to just pardon them? Oh, let's go through the process first before he pardoned them. Oh crap, just pardon them. It's fake. It's Fugazi. We knew it was. He doesn't. He always. I don't know, man. He buries his friends when it's convenient for him. He's just more. It's just more of the same.
Well, and Melted's got a point about you saying the right will never win. The right doesn't deserve to win. No, if they're doing shit like this, you're absolutely right. They don't deserve to win. But that's the issue, right? Is it's the better of two evils. But no matter either way, you're still inching yourself towards just worse and worse country. He
It's
did
not
pardon
the
J6ers.
better-
Cool, he pardoned J6ers, but they never should have been in prison in the first place.
You know what he did though? He had 13 days to make sure that he did preemptive pardons for all those January 6ers, just like they did with Dr. Fauci, and he didn't do that because he didn't want to get impeached for a second time because it was all about him.
Yeah, that is true. After the after January 6th, he had 14 days. He had 14 days to make sure that they didn't get treated the way they did. So
Yeah.
He did nothing for them.
only after 4 years he gets back into the office. It was point being, TJ. I'm glad he did it, but it was an easy win, and it's something he would have done regardless. It was no matter what happened, he was doing that. It's just
But
ridiculous.
don't worry. He pardoned Kodak Black on his way out, though.
Melted said he was using them as pawns.
Of course
he is. He's using the entire MAGA movement as a pawn right now, trying to convince them that the war is good. So,
yes, these neocons and their forever wars. Oh, thanks, neocon Don, our forever war that you're gonna. Generationally speaking, if you were going to change the way these people act, you need to be a mainstay there for a long time. And what are we going to do? Continue to give every time I put every time my stepdad has Fox News on, every time I have the news channel on, what are they talking about? They always are talking about some foreign BS. Always.
Yep. No one cares about their local news. No one cares about what's going on around them.
Even New York One. New York One is literally supposed to just be local New York news.
And there's plenty of news going around in New York. New York is not short of news, so.
But could you guess what they were talking? As I entered the bank today to cash a check, could you guess what they were talking about on New York One, Tyler?
Could I guess it was Trump, Israel, or Iran?
Yeah,
or all of the above.
They were well, how do the mayor candidates feel about this? I don't care how they feel about it.
I was wondering that too, because I was watching a panel. They were all arguing about who's going to be mayor, and they were going around the panel and what's his name, Cuomo or whoever, or is it Cuomo? The Cuomo brothers?
Yeah, Andrew Cuomo is running for mayor.
Okay, yeah, Andrew Cuomo. He was mayor before, right, or governor?
He was governor. Yeah.
Governor. So now he's running for mayor of New York, and he was at a panel, and they were going around. And they're like, "Will you be visiting Israel if you during your term as mayor?" And they go around, and they're all like, "Yes, I will be visiting Israel. I'll be visiting this place. I want to see this place." And they're going around talking about where they want to visit in Israel, and they're running for fucking mayor of New York. And then they get to the Muslim dude, and he's like, I'll be visiting with all of my Jewish constituents in the Jewish districts or whatever he said. And then they're like, so are you saying you won't visit Israel? And he's like, no, I have no plans to visit Israel. And it's like, good. I was like, I'm voting for that guy. He's saying he's gonna go visit his constituents, not some fucking other state.
So it's going to be a three-way. I am interested. There is some interesting, and it goes to show you how much the GOP doesn't really care, because there's some interesting threads here in this New York mayor race, because Eric Adams is running as an independent. The Democrats are going to have a Democrat candidate, and then you're going to have the Republican candidate who ran last time for mayor, which the GOP is doing nothing to help out. So you have a situation where the Democrat vote could be split. So this is actually a winnable race if they actually put resources into it. But what's the GOP doing, Tyler? What are they doing?
Trying to split apart the MAGA movement with a new fucking war.
Unbelievable.
And then, so this will be the last thing I pull up on this, and then we'll move on to a couple other stories before Joey goes on to his show.
Nora.
With Nora, they're taking them away from us, TJ.
Stealing your guests.
Steal my guests.
Yeah,
Anyway, we got this from she's my co-host.
He's stealing his co-host.
She was my co-host first today, Joey. She was a bastard today. Tomorrow's Outworld. So this is who even is this guy? Jackenherd?
no idea.
Jackenherd? So I was pulling this up from TJ because he shared it with me. The left is now saying Trump is about to lose 80% of MAGA. Personally, I'm not going anywhere. Anyone else? Actually, that's
Kind of looking
TJ
like
with
kind of what
TJ
I was
with the well typed message again.
Yep. Anti-war,
grammatically
anti-lobbyist
correct.
puppets, anti-funding the military-industrial complex at the expense of the American citizens. That's my main platform. Trump checked all of the boxes, and he's about to betray everyone that took that same stance. Yep, exactly. So
I concur.
I concur.
I just wish that he would end it now, get a peace deal signed, and we can put this all behind us.
I
Not
agree.
gonna happen.
I don't think so.
That's not
And
gonna
I
happen.
don't think so either.
Tragic.
It's quite disheartening.
Yeah. So we're gonna move on from the Israel Iran stuff. If you guys want to see more about that, I'm sure they'll be talking about it on all of the different shows today. Joey, are you talking about that anymore today?
I'm sure I'll go on some sorts of rants.
I'm sure you'll have some rants. If you want, I can send you this article too, because Bloomberg makes you pay for their articles. But I got a secret for you guys. If you find that same article on Yahoo News will let you see the entire article for free. So, Joey, if you want me to send you a link to the article, you can watch or look at the Bloomberg article for free.
Awesome.
But anyway, because fuck Bloomberg. And anyway, so here you go, Joey. There's that link if you want to talk about that on your show. But we're going to talk about it now. So what this article says is RFK Jr. plans to crack down on pharma ads and threat to a $10 billion market. So essentially, RFK Jr. is coming after their advertising. He's trying to make it so that big pharma can no longer advertise.
It'll
Good.
be interesting to
Fucking
see-
good, right?
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see the way that their tune changes once they're no longer getting that money.
Yep.
Finally,
Go ahead, Joey.
finally, somebody who's doing what they promised.
Right. Fuck. At least we're getting something out of this goddamn administration. The Trump administration is discussing policies that would make it harder and more expensive for pharmaceutical companies to advertise directly to patients in a move that could disrupt more than $10 billion in annual ad spending. So making it more expensive, making it harder and more expensive. So I don't know what that exactly entails, but good. Fucking good. Anything to make it so we have less pharmaceutical ads. Good.
Well,
It should
Your
be
doctor
outright.
about this.
It should be outright banned, but then you run into First Amendment issues, right? Like
I think
obviously,
it should be banned.
yeah, I think it should be banned too. Tim talked about it on his show today. You run into First Amendment issues. You know, you want people to be able to advertise. You want people to have their speech. But then you run into these issues where you have these massive pharmaceutical companies telling
why
you,
should
ask
you
your
have to
doctor
advertise-
if this is right for you.
Yeah.
And it's like, why do I need to ask my doctor?
Why should you have to advertise these types of medicines that are for very specific things that your doctor, who's looking at your chart, should be able to tell you
If the
you
medicine
need? You
works,
shouldn't
my
need
doctor
to
would tell me to use it.
Yes, you shouldn't have to advertise that.
I don't think that necessarily the fact that like these ads are on TV is the issue. I think it's the control over what companies that are funded by these advertisements are able to say. You know what I mean? Like,
That's the issue, though. If they're able to enter the ad space and then they have $10 billion, it's a $10 billion industry for ad spending. They control entire companies with their ad spending. So it's not. I get what you're saying. Like, yes, they shouldn't be able to control these companies, but that's the issue, right? The fact that they can do these ads allows them to control these companies. The only way to fix that is to not allow the ads.
Right. And so what I'm saying is that the issue is not the commercial that we actually see because it's influencing people to take medicine that they might not need. That's not what I'm concerned about. What I'm concerned about is the influence that they have over these companies.
Well, I think it's both, personally. I mean, it's us and like what, Switzerland or Sweden or something. Well, there's only 2 countries in the world that allow pharmaceutical companies to do ads like we do.
I just have a question. What's going to fill the void? Like, is Coca-Cola soon going to have control over
Car commercials again.
This will also kill cable television. Good. Yeah. And TJ brings up a good point.
joke.
You know what would be replaced with that, TJ? A bunch of advertisements for podcasts and other shows.
Mm-hmm.
Sure.
They'd have to adapt.
Because then advertising would get cheaper too. If advertising was cheaper, I'd be advertising my stuff.
Poor large companies, they're going to have to adapt. Oh my God. Will anyone think of the billion-dollar corporations?
Oh, won't they? Won't they ever?
It's multifaceted.
Yeah.
You guys got to stop and think about it. These advertising commercials, not only do they employ people, but they're also getting people to get their product that generally may not have ever known about it. And these doctors are also getting kickbacks from these pharmaceutical companies when they do prescribe some of these more designer drugs. So everybody is getting their pockets lined. So there's a lot of people who don't want this to stop, but there's a lot of people who do want this to stop because, again, why are these niche medications being made in the first place? Well, because they're poisoning us and they're slowly killing us. Well, how are they doing that? By putting bad things in the food that shouldn't be there. So they're purposely keeping us sick. And honestly, these medicines, they might help with one issue, but they're going to cause 4 or 5 other issues, which means you got to
like
get on a
Ozempic?
different medication. Yeah,
Masking,
that means that
masking
you got to go
symptoms.
onto a different medication to
Mhm.
help with these other issues. So
Yeah.
one medication will stem to 4 medications, will stem to 10 medications, and before you know it, you will be on 20 plus different medications, all because this one helps with this and this helps this, but I need this for this.
Even
And
even
they
better than
purposely
that,
keep-
Nora. Even better than that. What's the cure for gender dysphoria?
more medication.
A lot of medication, including a bunch of
Silicone?
different surgeries that then require even more medication, that require lifelong medications, and
Hold on.
yeah, just all
And
you
Let's
know.
see if my other camera's working now.
and as far as the ads go, these people who sit at home, who are overweight, who just need to go and exercise, but instead of choosing exercise, they're like, oh, well, I can just take this pill or this shot and I'll be better. So they go talk to their doctor, and their doctor's like, well, I don't know about it, but yeah, sure, why not? Because there's a lot of these that doctors haven't heard of, because there are some places where the doctors don't keep up on this stuff.
Yeah.
And so they're like, yeah, sure, why don't I write you this prescription? And they don't know what they're actually writing a prescription for. But there's the other ones who do, and they're getting kickbacks for it.
Right. Chinese scientists caught smuggling in another bioweapon. Yep, I'm not surprised. Melted. That's. I feel like that's going to happen more and more. That's what we were talking about during the Iran-Israel conversation. If we actually go to open conflict with Iran, China's of course going to take the opportunity to go hit Taiwan.
Yep.
And they'll hit us with bioweapons and other stuff. They'll be like, look, the United States is distracted. Fucking start hitting us.
What kind of bioweapon?
I don't know. There's a few of them that they've found recently. There was one. It was a type of fungus that would have infected all of our crops.
Yep.
Yeah, so I'm wondering if it's that or if it's more of a COVID sort of thing.
Yeah, I
Well,
mean,
they
who
found
knows, right?
they found a virus that didn't have an antidote. They have found a fungus that would have killed our crops. They have found a whole bunch of clean mice, which worries me. So,
I, for one, I always said I would rather be a part of the fall of a civilization than the rise of it. So,
how lovely. Well, I'm gonna kick Joey and Nora out so they can go get ready for the show. So closing remarks from we'll do Joey first. Joey, closing remarks.
I just wonder why life hates me. Oh, there you go. The camera's working now. Okay, life doesn't hate me.
Well, there you go. Life
don't know
doesn't
what
hate
to
Joey, and you can go find out more about his opinions on his show right after this.
you gotta love the immediate optimistic.
Tyler will raid me today. I don't know. You can never be too sure with this derelict.
Wait, what?
What?
Yeah, I think I'm gonna go another 30 minutes. Hang on.
Oh wow, that's what you might. I mean, look what TJ did to me last night.
Shit, I
Probably
called
so.
it. I fucking called it too.
We could have played Uno last night, but this motherfucker just kept talking.
Oh, whatever. You weren't gonna play Uno. Shut up.
That's not true.
That's
It was
not
a good
true.
conversation. Don't play like
Propaganda.
this.
Propaganda.
Listen, folks. I have Tyler Today News. We have him surrounded completely and totally.
We have control of his skies. We have control of his
Yes, we
cloud
do.
net.
They're not blue skies, folks. They're very dark skies.
They're not blue skies. We have him via Bluetooth.
Bluetooth. I don't know.
I knew you were gonna say it. All right. Anyway, get out of here, Joey. Go start your show.
I'm trying to figure out how. God damn it.
God
later,
damn
bud.
it! I'm kicking Joey out. There we go. All right. Oh wait, don't I have to move OBS around now because he left? Oh god damn it. Yeah, you guys are all jumbled around. Look at that. Fixed it.
Well, you gotta wait because I'm gonna be bouncing too. So
I know. Well, Nora, closing remarks, I guess, because he's gonna send you the invite if he hasn't already.
No, he hasn't sent me the invite. He waits last minute, literally.
Well, there you go. You get to ramble, and then you can dip out when you're done.
Hit me with some truth, Nora.
Okay, so this shit sucks. I see a false flag attempt coming. Call me a conspiracy theorist all you want. It's being laid out in the sand, and I see it. So this is some bullshit. I'm not okay with it. It needs to fucking stop. Everybody needs to pull their head out of their asses, and if they can't, then go sit in the corner until you can cool the fuck down. Everybody needs a timeout.
I agree.
Blessed are the ones who can read the tea leaves.
Yep. And I'm apparently gonna go and be on Snoski after I'm done with Joey. So
Damn, are you gonna call in the Timcast tonight? You got to shout out all our shows.
I need a question first, okay?
I can help you with a question, Nora.
I need a question.
Nora, DM me. We'll brainstorm a question. All right.
All right.
It can't be that hard.
I
I came
don't
up with
even know
one
what
on the
the
fly
guess
last
is
night.
today.
I usually brainstorm with Joey. We'll come up with something.
Alrighty.
But anyway, pleasure to have you on. We'll have you on again in the future. Go have fun on those shows.
Bye.
Catch Nora on all the shows today, guys. All right, and then TJ, we're gonna move on to you as soon as Nora figures out how to get out of here. There we go. Look at that. You got the big screen. Now we'll move you down. You got shrunk a little bit. There you go.
That's perfect.
Yep. All right. Well, closing remarks. Good buddy. We didn't get to this last story with. I'll just read the title. We'll talk about it more. Are you available tomorrow? Are you working?
Awesome. So I work tomorrow, but I don't work until 6 p.m. But that also means that I'm going to be trying to stay up super late so that I can sleep in a little while, so that I can wake up at a good time for work. So if I'm up at a good time tomorrow and I nap before work,
you let me know. So I'll probably talk about this more tomorrow, but I'll give the title. FBI gives Congress intel on alleged Chinese plot to create fake mail-in ballots in 2020. So
we all already knew that.
Well, Kash Patel is talking about it. They have new evidence. This is new information. So we'll be talking about it more tomorrow, and we'll see what all comes of that. So, but you want to give our closing remarks, and then I'm gonna play your song and my song as we raid into Joey. So closing remarks for you, good sir.
Closing remarks is the way that I see this war going. Is that the U.S. is going to start bombing. I heard Thursday or Friday is when we're expecting to see the U.S. do some sort of bombing activity. I'm assuming that we're going to drop the bunker buster and blow up that nuclear facility. I would assume that since we already have the resources in the area and we're already taking action, that we'll probably do a couple of other targeted strikes as well. And then we'll see what comes of the rubble. But I think this weekend we're going to see uproar about the U.S.'s military action. So stay safe, stay healthy, stay strapped.
Yep.
Protect your family.
We'll be watching the news, be giving you guys updates. When the story comes out, weekdays 1:30, depending on what's going on. This week it seems like it's going to be 1 o'clock all week. So lots of news all week. But as always, great to have Joey on, great to have Nora on, and always a pleasure to have TJ on these TJ Tuesdays. We'll be closing out with TJ's song, followed by my song. TJ, you have a great day. Are you doing anything else today? Going on any other shows or anything?
No, I got nothing planned. So
okay, well, you can hit up Joey if you want to go talk some more. I'm sure he'll let you on.
I might. All right,
all right. Later, TJ.
Peace.
All right. So, all right, there we go, guys. That was the show for the day. I appreciate all you guys coming in and hanging out. We're going to be moving on to the song I have that I played at the start, and then it will be followed by my song as well. And I'm going to raid out to Joey Cannoli. He's got his own show going on over there, so you guys go enjoy that. And all of you guys have a fantastic rest of your day. I will likely come back here in like an hour, maybe two. I got to go get something to eat. But I'm going to come back, play some South Park for the premium. And then I'll probably play some Lords of the Fallen or Helldivers. We'll see. We'll figure it out. But anyway, thank you guys. Had a lot of fun today. Just unfortunate that we have to talk about some of the news that we talked about today, and I'm worried about where things are going. But only time will tell, I guess. So you guys have a wonderful day and enjoy these songs that I got for you guys. These songs will cheer me up at least a little bit, so I hope they cheer you guys up as well. Have a good one. Peace out.
TJ's got a map on his wall that's all pinned up. Strings connect the dots where the truth erupts. He says it's 30 seconds, that's all he needs to blow your mind with his wildest leads. Give me 30 seconds, I'll change your view. The world's a stage and the script's on cue. What you thought was crazy is breaking news. Conspiracies are true. TJ's got the proof. He talks about the moon and the stars align. Says the pyramids were built by a mastermind. Every whisper in the dark, every shadow's trace leads back to the secrets of the human race. Give me 30 seconds, I'll change your view. The world's a stage and the script's on cue. What you thought was crazy is breaking news. Conspiracies are true. TJ's got the proof. He says don't laugh now, but just you wait. The truth's unraveling, it's not too late. With a wink and a grin, he's connecting the dots. TJ's got the world caught up in his plots. Give me 30 seconds, I'll change your view. The world's a stage and the script's on cue. What you thought was crazy is breaking news. Conspiracies are true. TJ's got the proof. TJ's got the proof. He talks about the moon and the stars align. Says the pyramids were built by a mastermind. Every whisper in the dark, every shadow's trace leads back to the secrets of the human race. He talks about the moon and the stars align. Says the pyramids were built by a mastermind. Every whisper in the dark, every shadow's trace leads back to the secrets of the human race. He says don't laugh now, but just you wait. The truth's unraveling, it's not too late. With a wink and a grin, he's connecting the dots. TJ's got the world caught up in his plots. TJ's got the world caught up in his plots. His plot, his plot. Ooh. Give me 30 seconds, I'll change your view. The world's a stage and the script's on cue. What you thought was crazy is breaking news. Conspiracies are true. TJ's got the proof.
What's new, Tyler? Today News, bringing headlines straight to you. From the wild to the absurd, we're dishing out the latest word. What's new, Tyler? Today News, hot takes and breaking views. Every story, something new. Stay tuned, we'll see it through. From the coffee shop to city streets, we chase the buzz where the world beats. Rain or shine, we're on the case.